Here it is. Yes, this is where it all began. I told them, I commented in the chat, the gypsies lack imagination. And then she said on in the show, she's Bill Gorman just personally insulted me. And it went on, and then she, thank you, moderators, for making the room safe because they blocked me. And so this is where it all started, you know. That makes her a snowflake. If you say the gypsies lack of, if you're insulted by the statement the gypsies lack imagination, then you're a snowflake. If that's a personal insult, you're a snowflake. And you blocked me, that makes you a bitch too. Yeah. And you piss me off, that makes you a fucking little snowflake bitch. So, yeah, that's how it goes. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, I call a pig a pig. I call a well, sometimes I call a mammoth an elephant, but but I usually call things what they are and what I see. and that's what I see, And I got mentioned on Sean's show. Yeah. The only time he'll ever mention me is when it's negative. He can't ever say anything positive about me or myself or any of it, or, and he's the guy that threw the book away and goes by the poem, knows everything, He called the people in his group bastards and stuff like that. That's not personal insults, all I said was gypsies lack imagination. They can't see the shapes in the rock. That's a lack of imagination. Yeah, so. But you know what? They linked my video, and I got like 100 more views a day sooner than I would have anyhow, and I got mentioned on the flip sides. God. You know what? Oh, the flip side is just when you got your toilet paper, you wipe your ass, you flip it over and wipe again. Yeah, I'm not. People that belittle me and put me down, I'm gonna call them a-holes, and I got a new. What are those? When you got the anagrams, the initials for LOL, laugh out loud, blah blah blah, AGKMA, a gypsy kiss my ass. Yeah, so you got the Beavis and Butthead bearing their butts. Yeah, and I was Paul, I'm a fan of Paul's. I like Paul's videos. He just, but a lot of people fail to look at where this whole argument with the Gypsy Queen and the flip side, where it all began, and see, the Gypsies had Sean on their show and all that. They're a little cabal of people that they're a little Brady Bunch panel. They all. We got to follow the boss. We got to follow the boss. We're anti-Bill Gorman. And so they made all these other bloggers anti-Bill Gorman, and Bill Gorman's the only one that has a clue what the whole treasure hunt's about. and try and belittle me when he threw the book away. Only goes by the poem. You ain't going to find crap going only by the poem. You'd have to know something about Forrest Fenn that comes from the book, or and what his life was, what was his chase ever since he was 12 and he found that arrowhead. His chase has been archaeology and learning things about the past, and that's exactly what I found. I just Bill Gorman just personally insulted me. Hey, Gwendolyn. Hey, Whoopi. Yeah, I just saw 4 to 8 inches of snow expected in Yellowstone. So there you go. It's already going to be snowing up there. I'm going back up to my search area probably tomorrow, most likely. If I, it, it's a, wow, that's early. Yeah, yeah, it's snowing up there. I was in a blizzard up in Wyoming on the Continental Divide once, coming back from the West Coast. I was coming back to Denver from the West Coast, and like 1996 or something. Yeah, I went out there. I stopped at a on the way out to California. I stopped at a casino in Reno just to use the bathroom, and I had two $1 bills, and I put them in a dollar machine, and I played them both in one. Doop, it had $200. So I go, okay, good deal. One pull, $200 out of $2, and I got in my car and went on. So basically, it paid for my gas for the trip. but then just after the blizzard in Wyoming, I got a speeding ticket, and that cost me 100 of it. Yeah. So watch out for them guys up in Wyoming. They don't out there in the high plain on the Continental Divide coming down from Jackson Hole and all that, cutting across to get down to Cheyenne and all that, and into Colorado. That road there, that county out there is desperate for money. Oh, let's see. It's early. What's up? Yeah, I was just, mentioning about, yeah, I got some notoriety because they have something negative to say about Bill. That's the only time they mention me. Only when they have something negative about me. It never anything positive about myself. I mean, they've never commented about David Jennings Brown. David Jennings Brown. When he died in his estate, he had $1.3 million in bronzes. And where do you think he bought some of them bronzes? He might not have got all of them from him, but he went down and bought them at Forrest Fenn galleries, I'm sure. And the gypsies are right there too. And they fail. If Bill Gorman mentioned it, it's no good information. That is the stupidest approach anybody could take. I got a good idea. There's one spot. Yeah. Under the gypsy wagon, right, Forrest? In the final page of The Thrill of the Chase. Yeah, under the gypsy wagon, the final page of The Thrill of the Chase, and the Spanish Toy Factory drawing. Yeah. At the end of the rainbow. Forrest Fenn knows what I'm talking about, because he can put those, he's putting things together. I'm putting the puzzle pieces together. And that's one thing, if you don't have imagination, you can't, because he put the Model A, the Buffalo Cowboys car, together with the 50 caliber hole from Vietnam. Those showed up together. And in the wood. It's a three things combined together, And also in the wood, the ZPU gun, Skippy's helicopter, and the Model A cowl, the Buffalo Cowboys cowl, the car part that I have. And I just went over there and checked on it yesterday. I went to see grandkids yesterday, and said, man, I got the most awesome grandkids. I think I got glue from the tape on my camera. See? I just smeared it. I'm just cleaning it off. Maybe get a better picture. I don't know why the pictures got, all the lines and stuff are showing up on my screen. This is sunlight, natural light coming from outside. I don't have any lights on me or anything. So it's not an LED thing. But I think, you know what I think it is, why it's doing that? Because I put tape over my cameras when I'm not using them to stop the eavesdrop. I mean, they put all kinds of back doors into these things. And people Toby worked with, the NSA, they're the people that spy on you, that spy on every American, that listen to record all your phone calls. That's the people Toby worked for. Yeah. and me, myself, and I do research. I listen to the blogs. They say this. I get something from all you listen. And then if I can, see, I knew you meant then. If I can, any a little bit of what I hear. Yeah, thanks, Ben. About the blizzard in '97. Yeah, if it's a doozy. Yeah. Yeah, I was up there. I think I must have just been at the start of it. That blizzard in '90s. It was in August. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that was about '97. I was divorced. I wasn't in '95. Yeah. Yeah, but my son remembers that ex. He had a lot of trouble with her. And my approach with the kid, they don't know what they're doing wrong. You can't, they're just a kid. They ain't learned. Yeah. So you can't be, and you don't want to make a kid an enemy. So, you can't be too severe in punishment, because you don't want your kid growing up to hate you. And I worked that out. My kid didn't grow up to hate me. So, what do we got? SB 720ES, no problem. Buena. Yeah, my screen on my phone, but what happens is they try and spy on you through your camera and stuff, and they keep getting no picture and stuff. And so they send the phone commands to change the video. So we want to see. What's wrong? Why can't we see? There's something wrong with the camera. And they keep thinking with your phone. And then when you pull the tape off, there's a problem with it because they've been tweaking the settings and stuff to try and listen to you and watch you. And yeah, I like leaving it on and leaving the phone at home, so that they don't know where I'm going and stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be fun to stick the phone in someone else's car when they go for a drive. Yeah, this is live streaming on my phone. I get all my internet. I'm off grid, live in my RV full time, and my only internet connection is through the phone. So if I try to stream through my computer, they slow the computer down to less than 600K per second. You go from 75 megabytes a second to 600K. They think, oh, that's fair. It's like, come on, man. Like maybe from 75 megabytes a second to 7.5 megabytes a second would be fair. 10%, not less than 1%. They're data Nazis, I call them, and they need to be called data Nazis. I need to be making data Nazi bumper stickers. Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, data Nazis. Oh yeah, if you use that much data, then we're gonna make your service crappier. So, yeah, they make the computer tethered to the phone slower, but the phone still has a little more speed, 3G speed or something like that, faster than, I don't know, I think that's 3G speed, the 600. I gotta buy one under circumstances. Dial-up speeds. Yeah. I'd buy one. Buy one what? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And my phone gave me an alert that Messenger was using my battery. Okay. Tell Messenger quit using my battery. Because they go in there and they tell your phone to die so that you can't be making posts and stuff, you know? The corporate world and the way they try and control people is out of hand. The big hammer needs to come down on them. There need to be, we need the Internet Bill of Rights, you know? They just screw with you. And then you got, you know, you try to get out there. And the other thing, what am I gaining from any of this? What am I gaining from any of it? Where are my super chats? Where are my, you know, donate? I don't have any of that, you know? So, I'm not monetized. Nothing. I'm up. I think I'm up to 500 subscribers or something. But I can tell you how many. You could probably tell me how many too. It probably says right there on here. Yeah. 445 subscribers. Yeah. Yeah, that's about 100 up from a month ago. But yeah, I got the real solutions. And, you know, if I say AGKMA, then, you know, they deserved it. That's what they asked for. When you block me for saying that you lack imagination and call it a personal insult, it makes her a bitch. What can I say? Earned, name earned. You know, I might rant about it, you know, but the thing is that they never say anything positive about my solutions. Nothing about Rainbow Hot Springs. Nothing about Pagosa Springs. Nothing about Bootjack Ranch, which was owned by David Jennings Brown, where the gypsies are up there, and they're the blaze, and he says you should be finding it all along the way, and that's, boom, they're there. The other things are all along the way through the poem, and, you know, it's that end of the rainbow area that you're trying to, which part of this area is the key clue, you know? So, I'm in the light. Yeah. So, sun's going down over the mountain over there. Maybe we can go outside a little bit for sunset, right? Oh, if I need my magnet handle on the phone. There. See what Jack's doing out here. It was National Dog Day, I think, the other day. There's the sun behind me. There, that works good. But I got a bunch of stuff back in here and all over the place. That's all part of the same stuff, but it's past the end of the rainbow. And the end of the rainbow, he said he took it with him. It's in heaven already, and this is Clovis heaven. This is their memorials, their tombs. Their tombs are just memorials because there's no bones there. I just watched a show by a professor of anthropology up in Wyoming, and he people asked him about the bones of these ancient people from 10,000 years ago, and he says there's probably 10 skeletons in all of North America of these people. The cemetery was a place they would leave the bodies, and the coyotes or wolves would devour them and drag them off, and they're, you know, by the time the coyotes and wolves are done, there's nothing left, you know, and then it sits out in the sun. I've got a skull. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that skull? Boop. There it is. I got this thing. I think it's an elk. Everybody agree? Is that an elk? It's kind of too small for a cow. So, but yeah, I think that's an elk. My fingers? Yeah. I wear a 14 ring. Yeah. And I have one of them, to get that out. Bring it out here. If I can, oh shoot, where'd it go? I know where it is. There it is. Got it. Have me one of these. From Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you have one of them, man. The precious. If you're out looking for the precious, bring some more precious with you. Hey, Dak, congrats on your. Yeah, that was cool. That's cool. I got a really nice Chinese Army compass, and it didn't cost $50. It was, I think, $8. It was a damn good deal. $8, free shipping. So if you can't afford the $50 compass, the $8 one's nice. Yeah, look at these clouds over here. This is neat. Isn't it beautiful here? I kind of like this spot. The ravens over there just squawked something to each other, maybe. Hey, Jason. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Whoopi, Dak, and Dev. Double Omegas. Me, Double Omegas. GP. Double Omegas are elephants or omegas. They're shaped like an omega, and the elephant was the omega because when you were born, that elephant is alive, and when you die, that elephant is alive. It's from one end of your life to the other. So, oh yeah, and where Moses is, parting the Rocky Mountains, are two mammoths with their heads together, and there's a crack in between, and Moses standing there parting the Rocky Mountains, you know. I need to make a mount outside so I can, or all I'd have to do is put some magnets on my RP on the front and stick the phone on there. I could, but these rocks up behind me here, they're all sculpted and stuff. And if we go out this way just a little bit, that one, where is it? Right up here is the what I call the standing mammoth. And you can see light through it, and his legs are up in the air. More rocky. You see, you know, it's like, nah, that's not an arrowhead. It's too fat. Oh, and Jack got off his chain. He's out here running. Okay, he's starting to see it up there. I'll turn the camera around for it. Ain't got tape on it. Good. Hey, Gene. Oh. Yeah, put that over there. Okay. So I'll turn the camera around because I can zoom. Right up there, that one that sticks out from the other is that's a guy, and there's a mammoth down below him. There's a man's head as the top. The two other bumps are the front legs of the mammoth sticking up in the air, and his trunk is in front of the guy. You can't see it really because you have to look at the rock. But yeah, I still got glue or from that having the tape on the cameras. You got to make one that's tape around circle and nothing in the middle. But there's their sunset live, and see here we see formations. Yeah, you might see some in here. You see him? The guy there, that's his head and his body's legs coming down. There's his feet. There's another guy over here, and there's another one there. They're all along there. There's figures all along there. There's a few people. And over here, right there, there's a mammoth. You see the trunk coming down and his four legs. And, you know, this is right here where I'm camped, you know. And you see all the people and all that. I've you know, got no outside interference other than YouTube. Yeah. He's fast. What you doing, Jack? Yeah, you know, I don't see how they could say you have to keep your dog on a leash when they got a sign over there saying that there are range dogs can be here, and they let them run around. Why can't my dog run too? Especially there's nothing here for him to bother. That's my home. Yeah, this is BLM, but when I go back down there and back in there to the other area, like where the Mammoth Parade is, that's National Forest. There's a National Forest boundary that goes right, like across that hill, and you know. And I seen a Forest Service truck heading back there today. It's the first one I seen the whole 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks I've been here. Look at that. That was my hand in front of the camera. And where's Jack now? Doing 100 miles an hour and another. He just loved running. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere. You know, once he gets so far away, you can't see him. Unless you followed him where he is. I have to get him back on his leash. But I got my big posters for the back window. And let me see. Or if not for the back window, for the back of my RV, I got a 3 foot by 4 foot one of my pictures from the Mammoth temples. It's a big face, and it'll go from this light here, it'll go all the way up to that line up above that line there. So I gotta remove this tape and the whole Winnebago thing and that line. I gotta remove it, and then I could put that on there. See, I've been trying to scratch away and getting this off of here after it's been on there for 19 years. So I'm gonna have to get some sandpaper and make it smooth, but I gotta scrape that all off so that when I put the new poster on, the new thing I got on there, it'll see. I got it here. This way. Tube up there. I roll it out on my trunk. I don't know which way it's got to. Okay. That don't matter as long as Jack don't pee on it. Ah, there it goes. I'll try and get it rolled out and it stays. Yeah, see? That's going on the back of my RV. It's a vinyl. Yeah. See, this is cool because you see, this is an elephant head and trunk, and this is a face. That's an eye. That's an eye. There's the elephant, and there's another elephant head here. But it's real complex. See, there's this guy over here. It's a profile looking that way. There's figures over here. There's one here. There's one up there. Big one up there. That guy. He's cool. And there's figures in the eyes. You see. But yeah, that'll be neat on the back of my RV. See, this guy's weird. But that's it's a big face. See it from, if you get back further. And you got the slope of the trunk. Just messing up the chin, but yeah. So yeah, that goes on the back of my RV. Here we get to roll back up. See, it's got the contact paper, the paper stuff on the back. You got to peel off, and you got to, I guess you put it on like they do window tint, you know, with soapy water and squeegee and stuff like that. Put it back in the tube in a minute. So, yeah, that old conflict with the gypsies started over me saying gypsies lack imagination in their chat room. That was all I said. Listen, Bill Gorman just personally insulted me. And Toby didn't go back and look and see what the personal insult was. She never said what the personal insult was either. you know, because there was no personal insult. It's fake news. And so they all started over her fake bullshit. and then I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I say, hey, this is fake bullshit. You're freaking lying snowflake. You know? Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, they got it. Yeah, it's 14. Oh, man, this thing isn't scrolling on me. It looks like a baby on his back with a hand and face. And a question from Dak. BLM? Yeah, it's BLM. Oh, all of a sudden there's 50 comments on here that weren't there 2 minutes ago. Some people don't shoot. Hey, you hear the dog thing? You're under attack. Yeah. When they comment about me, it's always never a positive. Nothing positive about my solutions, and you know, just Bill Gorman's a crazy idiot who sees shapes in rocks. That's how they portray me. Ignoring me is the same as putting me down. You know, ignoring my that I'm. And that's it. And that's all the Fenn vloggers on today's flip side. Yeah. Sean just keeps digging himself a deeper hole, you know? They can all call each other bastards and things like that, but I can't say gypsies lack imagination. Rocket Dog, Gonzo, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, I could get a bell for him. Yeah, that'd scare the other animals that he's pursuing away, too. IMAX. No sandpaper, heat gun. I've tried heat on it, and it's ode. Windex. Razor blade. I think that's a plastic surface it's on. These panels on the sides of the RV are all a plastic. If I use a razor blade, it'll cut right into that plastic, I think. I think I just try something metal, but not that sharp scraper. Oh. Jack had my wire brush out here. That works pretty good, but it's the same, you know. If I did a course, or you know, like a 150, 200 sandpaper, and then a 600 sandpaper, it'd make it smooth. I'd believe, to get it polished up and maybe buff it. That would just buff the plastic. It's not an arrowhead, but it could have been. It could make a wooden arrowhead. It's pretty sharp on the end. It's just a wood chip. A wooden arrowhead. Jack! Echoed like 4 times. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what to do this winter, because I might go up there for 2 weeks to search up there in my prime area, and then I might come back down here to this, but then it's going to be late September and time to I don't know what to do for winter. I can go hang out on my land again, but that was a pretty rough winter. The toilet was freezing, and I had to what? I heard the luck of removing sticky stuff with 91% alcohol. Oh, 91%. And I got some of that. And yeah, I could try that. I don't know. Yeah, look at that cloud up. Oh, you can't see that cloud up there. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that cool? I can do a screenshot, huh? There. So, and it's got the little companion next to it. Yeah. Well, that's a blaze too, you know. A blaze is a sign. And one of the things I asked for when I was out there the one day searching, and I said, God, give me a sign. And the next day I was in the same spot, and there was a big old rainbow, and it pointed right to Fenn's totem. It went right to his totem, and that was the first real, definitely ancient archaeology thing that I found in this thing, and it's turned into a megaplex of ancient archaeology. That Jack. See, he didn't come. He's probably got some squirrel cornered under a rock. I don't hear animals chirping. That's how you figure out where the dog is or something when you're out in the woods. You listen for the birds screaming at them. The birds will tell you. Anybody else look up David Jennings Brown? Nobody ever comments. Oh, what do you think of that? Deal 72 years. Yeah, I gotta get this thing to keep scrolling. Thankfully, in a small town, I have vehicles that was skipped. Oh, that cloud's changing. No brightness. It's all on the top now. And that's where the sun's set over there. There's the observatory's up in that curves around and goes into a little V shape in the canyon, but it's in there. And when that lines up with that peak over there, that's winter solstice. That's quite a different angle. I notice in a week, in 2 weeks, the angle of the sun, the azimuth to the sunset, changes about 10 degrees. Here comes some vehicle down the road. And I don't see Jack yet. Jack! That's why I keep him on gotta keep him on a chain. His chain, he can go in and out of the RV, and we'll see who's driving by. It's like the third vehicle go by today, I think. Yeah, people go in there with their trucks, and they're surprised to see my car in there. I got some good clearance. There's probably 8 inches under my car. Where's Jack? Jack! I think I heard him bark. Gotta find his. See where he got loose. Oh, jeez. Sucks getting old. strenuous to just bend over, pick up something off the ground. And I took my dead batteries that I took out of my RV. I had four 6-volt batteries that were only like 4 volts. And I took them out and took them over to my land. It's about 50 miles. And I backed up to my, I have there's an old camper trailer there with no wheels, but it's got all the windows and the door is secure. I got a lock on it, so I use it for storage for, if I collect rocks and stuff. I can't be hauling rocks all over in my RV, so I take them over there. And those batteries altogether was probably over 200 pounds, and just one at a time carrying them over was. They're 50 pounds a piece. I got another battery here. Battery might be equivalent to carrying a treasure. I got a regular 12-volt battery I got here. There was one that said 11 point something volts, and it hadn't been on a charge for months and months. So I think it's probably okay. I got to put some water in it. There he is. Jack, get over here. Come on, Jack. Come on. He's right there. He didn't find any water. That's one thing I want to find is where he got wet. The one day I was over by the Mammoth Parade, and he came back soaking wet and then rolled in the dirt. Nope. Hold on. Wait, Jack. Trying to get his chain through the loop. Come here, Jack. There you go. Jail dog. He just got a chain for a couple, and then it's on this cable. I gotta get him a new cable soon. All the poop. I don't know. He likes cow pie. Yeah, I don't know what he's been eating out there. He comes here and he eats his food. He threw up last night. It was dog food. It was dog food that my son's family gave him, and a treat I gave him. So it looked like it wasn't any animals or dog poop that he had eaten. There are coyotes come by here. I don't know, did I have him on the camera? I had to turn the phone toward him so I couldn't see the screen. Yeah. He's got some funny looks on his face sometimes. And then blue eyes, man. Yeah, he gets away with a lot with me. But, gotta let a dog be a dog. Jack needs his own chase. YouTube channel, yeah. Jack Sparrow, treasure dog. That's how I register him as Jack Sparrow. I put the generator right up against the RV, or get his cable around it. Do you think IRL? Can you do IRL? I don't know what an IRL is. Jack drinking. He him drinking. He's not at his water. His water's inside. I don't put food outside because there's wild. I don't want to feed the wild animals and get them coming, you know, and luring rats and whatever. I had a rat got in the RV up in near Salida, and I put a rat trap out, and I heard it go snap, and I went to look, and it only hit him in the head and knocked him silly. You know, he was with, and he was like moving around like he was going to come to, and I didn't want to grab him and get bit or nothing, you know, so I grabbed my .22 and I shot him right through the back of the neck, right through the neck. And yeah, inside the RV, he shot the rat. and I hear the bullet went through and bing, hit the frame. Jack watered my tire real good here. See, you see he pissed on it. That's where it's well black here. It's like tire black, natural tire black. Comes out of a dog. Yeah, it's fun. Oh man, this there's face up on the hill here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Some of this stuff is easier seen after the sun's gone down or in cloudy weather. Where is it? See him right in the middle, the light colored area. You see his big nose, and he's got two little eyes and a smile. There's an omega next to him, an arch. He's in an arch too. Those are two omegas. Where'd they go? He's making the corner. That's a good boy. Yeah, he's marking the territory. He's only got things within 20 feet of the RV. Yeah, I could, yeah. So, oh, that's zoomed in. Let's zoom it out. There's our sunset going like that. And the anti-sunset. Look at them ravens got a nest up there. And I still haven't climbed up. Up here is some real neat stuff on that rock, some real clear stuff and easy. And there's a hole I want to go look in, but you know, there's cubby holes all through this. There's so many, and unless it has enough symbolism around it to signify it's possibly the treasure, like the Mammoth Parade area. You know, there's some stuff over there, and the guy with the hat. There's a rock wearing a hat in the back. Yeah, I was like, what the hat rock's wearing? So there's another hat. There's a hat at the other end of the omega too. So there could be a hat at both ends. There's more than one hat. He has more than one hat. There's more than one omega. There's more than one of a lot of things. And I'm going to go in and plug in so that my phone don't go dead. There I go in. It's the low light that's making the screen fuzzy. Oh, there's a skull on my seat. Yeah, that's that elk, I believe. That's a big snout. I'm gonna get some lights on. See, these are LED and they're not flickering. Here's my ceiling lights. I took the fluorescence out. That all the lighting in on my on the motorhome part, not the vehicle lighting, for driving lighting. That's regular light. But everything inside the RV is LED in here. And I was running on solar power at 2 a.m. last night, but then everything was turned off till 10 when I didn't get home till 10:30, 11 last night, and stopped at Walmart, picked up water, and what else I got? Oh yeah, I bought some chocolate milk just to soothe my stomach occasionally. I had a craving for some chocolate milk I haven't had for I don't know how many years, Feuding, yeah. Oh yeah, that's mine. Yeah, AGKMA. New anagram. These things, this string, a lot of people just cut them off and stuff, but if you go out where I do, and it gets and you don't want your hat blowing off the cliff, you'll never get it back. Yeah, I'm not intolerant of it, but I did stop drinking milk basically as regular, so I only occasionally do, but I do lactose intolerant to ice cream, I think, or something. So the last time I had ice cream, I had a terrible headache. Yeah, I used to, but hopefully I lost a little weight. I take the vitamins. I take vitamin 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 every day, and I take 2,000 IU of vitamin C every day, and I take all the I take A, C, D, E, and I once a month I do my B12 injection because I don't absorb B12, so I can't taking the tablets doesn't do anything for me. I have to inject my vitamin B12, and I take an iron pill like every other day. Some of them I just take every other day. Some I take every day, but I don't really like the idea of metals. You can take a box of Special K and blend it all, crumble it all up in a blender. Make it a bunch of dust. Okay, and then fill it with water, and then you take a stick with a magnet, tape a magnet onto the end, and stir it with the magnet. And when you pull the magnet out, all the iron filings will come out on the magnet out of your cereal. Yeah. People been eating these metals, and so how do you know? We don't know that those are safe. We know the fluoride isn't safe. They told us it was, and it isn't. Causes cancer and pituitary issues, and attacks your body. I do a lot of vitamins. I take 2 of these a day. Charge faster. Yeah, my phone. Oh, you'll charge faster if you use the Samsung charger. Okay, so I unplug the power cord, and then I plug it back in, and it thinks that I plugged in the Samsung charger. It's the same charger. It did it to me. It said 7.5 hours to charge. Plug in your Samsung charger. It is in a Samsung charger. And it's an S8 charger, and this is an S7. And so I unplug it. I plug it back in. It says, instead of 7 hours and 45 minutes to charge, 1 hour and 30 minutes to full charge. And it was nothing. All I did was unplug it and plug it back in. You know, smartphone isn't as smart as it thinks it is. The major problem with charging a phone is the retarded micro USB and the micro wires in the cable. They don't, the wire's not big enough to carry the 2-3 amp charge for the phone. It's poor engineering. Trying to be minimalists, to minimize, and we don't want to cause too much strain on the power grid. I'm not on the grid. This is my, you know, charge my phone full power, full strength, full time. Don't energy save. You know? Energy save maybe for the computer, but not my phone doesn't need no energy save. Freaking 12 watts, 2 amps, 24 watts at the most, you know? 1 amp at 5 volts. No, that's 5 watts. 1 times 5 is 5 watts. Wait, amps times volts equals watts. And somebody brought up the color codes. And you think color codes have anything to do with it? You know, there's electronic color codes: black, brown, red, yellow, green, blue. But it goes by. You remember the order of the color code by his old saying, you know, that they taught in the military. My dad learned it when he was in the military at the same time Forrest went in. You know, saying my dad was in there in the early 50s. He was this 1.5 years younger than Forrest, you know. But the color code is bad boys rape our young girls, but Violet gives willingly. And so it's bad is black, boys is brown, rape is red, R is, or O is orange. Yellow is Y. Young is, or that's young is Y. Green, girls is green. Butt is blue. Violet, of course, is violet or purple. Violet gives gray, willingly white. So it's, you know, black, brown, red, blah blah blah, orange, yellow, or red. I don't know. I can't. I have to look at the list. That's why you have the saying that you can remember. You know, bad boys rape our young girls, but Violet gives willingly. That's the color code. Yeah. Yeah, you know how you learn the color. Yeah, that's how you remember it. It's an easy thing to remember, and then that way you can remember the order of all the colors. And it starts with black and ends with white. So must have been a black guy that invented the color code to make black number 1. No, it was a white guy that put black number 1. Oh my God. The liberals are going to have a shit fit. Hey, Jason. Just hanging out here, and I'll show you my cartoon if you weren't here in the beginning. I had a little thing I made up. Explain the. Now it won't focus. What? Come on. Yeah, AGKMA. Yeah. Yeah, she crying about it, probably trying to get me banned from YouTube. But, you know, George Carlin had the 7 words you can't say, and only used one of them was, you know, fucking or frickin' or, you know, whatever, you know. Snowflake and bitch, they're legal words according to George Carlin, you know. and you know, snowflake for feeling insulted by saying that they lack imagination, and a bitch for blocking me for saying the gypsies lack imagination. Nothing pisses me off more than being accused of something I haven't done, you know, and then you're blocked for something you haven't done. It topples it up. Hey, man, I'm being attacked, you know. And Bill Gorman has nothing worthful to say, according to them. There's no information. No, Bill Gorman is the only one that's on to Forrest Fenn's clues. He's the only one near figuring it out. And really the thing is pretty deep. That poem is very deep. There's a lot, because I take the quantum. Get down from there, Jack. He climbs up on the dash and harasses Togo. Yeah, yeah. They asked, you know, if I said she was a freaking little snowflake, and it's because she earned it, earned it. I call a cow a cow. I call a pig. I call a horse. And I call a bitch. I just want to discuss in the chase. Neither Sean nor Toby would meet up with me. They're lost. Yeah, you got some neat stuff there, Jason. That's awesome what you got. I seen it. I seen what Jason has. He found some treasure that is definitely tied to some New Mexico artists. Well, he hasn't made a barrage of comments lately. They're all, and I hadn't seen a barrage of comments. When I told him at the Femboree last year, I told him, I said, a lot of these people don't like me. He says, don't worry about them. You know, they you know, that's their loss. You know? Yeah, because he had a lot of people that didn't like him either. They gave him trouble for selling known counterfeits. Well, you know, it's being sold. It's known this is a counterfeit. What's the problem with that? You know? Yeah, this is a counterfeit of the Mona Lisa. You know, and they still fetch big money because they look just like it. You know, you have your friends. Oh, what are you doing with the Mona Lisa in your living room? You know. Not many people be counterfeiting my. They've got nowhere to get the original. And then Sean, oh, look, the disgusting Bill Gorman called her a fucking snowflake and a bitch. And then he goes alphabetically through the thing, and of course he skips over Bill Gorman. Bill Gorman's an asshole. Bill Gorman never contributed anything intelligent to the chase. That's what someone with their head in their ass might think. The flip side, it's the other side of the toilet paper from your hand. Yeah, you know, he had a chance. I told him, hey, man, you're not respecting me. In the beginning, before all this, why are you not respecting me? You only bring up the negative stuff. And you know, it's because he's a poem purist and he doesn't believe in any other information. You know, if you're a poem purist, then go on the damn show and read the poem every day. That's all you got. That's all you got's the poem. Yeah, follow your exclamation points and your commas. See where they get you. The treasure's on the... There's an omega on the map where the treasure area is. On his map, there's an omega there on the map. Where it says Rocky Mountains, there's an omega. There's an omega right there. That'll give you a clue. See, omega in Rocky Mountains. Now, let me turn it that way. Maybe you can see it better. I think there's one other place on the map with an omega. So there are two omegas on the map. One is in Rocky Mountains. It's in the Rocky Mountains. And it's in the mountains with the other omega. And I wouldn't know that without knowing where the end of the rainbow is and where the beginning of the rainbow is. To find the end of the rainbow, I looked for the beginning of the rainbow, and I went to Rainbow Hot Springs. But that's too far to walk. It's a 4.5 mile hike. So you don't even go there. Put your ass back in your car. Take the dirt road to the tarry road. And then it's no place for the meat. And treasures are bold. That's right there. It's all over it says treasure on the signs on the side of the highway. Oh, that's too obvious. Treasure's bold. Treasure's bold. Searcher's lame. I said in Fort Worth, Texas, right now. Headed to Temple of Lubbock. Finally, Santa Fe. New week I had come down here for Nokia training. Ah, Nokia cell phone stuff. Yeah, I used to design some cell phone equipment. Jason works on towers and cell phone systems. Hey, too far to walk. Yeah, too far to walk. 4.5 miles in, 4.5 miles out. No way he did that one afternoon twice. So I had to eliminate that as the place where the treasure is. It's not where you begin. That's the beginning of the route. And you take it in the canyon down. But then after you've gone in the canyon down, people refuse. They totally refuse to go up the creek without a paddle.
after they gone in the canyon down. Well, you just told me to take the canyon down. You're telling me go back. No, not back up the other creek that comes into that one. You took the canyon down, and you're going to come to a creek, and you're going to follow that creek up. and up so steeply that no way you're going to paddle over all those waterfalls. So, how can you explain that to somebody with their head in their ass? I'm not talking about people watching. I'm talking about some of the other, my critics. Yeah. Elite Blues, photo of Skippy. Look up Freemason hand sign for Omega. And then Forrest expressed this with the lady with a hat too far to walk. Yeah. You know, people hold grudges against people that are Freemasons and stuff, and you know, people that all are, you know, they're in that kind of conspiracy levels going on. When I went to the Alamo in San Antonio, about a block away from it is the Scottish Rite building in their Scottish Rite Museum there, and I went through there, and it was real interesting. And I even asked the guys, he said, that's a bunch of, all that stuff's a bunch of hogwash. And I asked him about a Mason I knew back in 95 or so. It was a friend of mine. I had a CD repair kit business, and his friend had was, you know, trying to sell my products or whatever. But he went and made from what he learned of the stuff that was in my plastic polish for taking scratches out of CDs. He went and got that stuff, diatomaceous earth, and he can of, you know, like a can of salt, like, you know, tall can, but he fill it with diatomaceous earth. It's cheap stuff, you know. They use for swimming pool filters and stuff, and he put it in a can and sold it as he had it on the shopping channel or whatever, or QVC or whatever network, and sold a whole bunch of them, made a bunch of money, and it came out, I gotta take you drinking because he gave me this idea, and I've made a ton of money off of this, and so, you know, okay, I'll go drinking with you. And we went to one bar, and he was telling people I was there to kill them and stuff like, what the, you know, trying to get me in a fight with other people. And other people figured out that he was full of shit, and, you know, come and told me what he was doing, you know. And we were at we went to this stripper club, and he told all the strippers that I was there to kill the manager. And I wasn't, you know. I was just there having a drink and, you know, being a regular patron. and the police came in, you know, and the police said, this guy's been telling all the strippers that you were here to kill the manager, and the strippers tell us that no, that guy's he's not there to kill. He's just here having a good time. They knew, and so yeah, they let, you know, they were going to take him. I said, well, you can take him if you want, you know. Oh, this guy trying to get me in trouble like that, you know. So it didn't work, you know, for him. But you know, the cops told me, yeah, he has no driver's license because he's an habitual offender. yeah, they knew, you know, and they'll put their hand. Oh no, you know, they probably, I don't remember. I didn't think about it. You know, if they touched you, well, no, he doesn't have any guns on him. He doesn't have anything on him to kill the manager. He's just enjoying looking at the show. Yeah. So, and so I took him home and dropped. I shouldn't have. I should have just left him there and made him call a cab, But I gave him a ride home, And but his wife was the sister of the governor at the time. and so this guy was involved with some of these crazy politicians, and I don't know. I felt like there was some kind of initiation going on, And so I asked the guys at the Scottish Rite thing, would they do something like that for some kind of initiate? No, they wouldn't do anything like. No, that doesn't happen. I agree. Until they become real estate agents, they just want to piece of society. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I get what you said there. Yeah. Yeah, I had a safe stolen once in Florida, and I suspect it was a guy. The prime suspect was a guy I went to high school with, and after that, I moved. I repossessed a trailer, a mobile home I was selling the guy. He went on a trip. I moved in and moved all his stuff out because it was my trailer and he wasn't making the payments, so I threw him out. And I sold it to somebody else who paid the thing off, and then pulled the thing out of that park. Because it was like on the east side of Orlando. Was it University Park area? Might have been University Village or something. The park. I only lived there a little while I sold it, and then I moved out to Cocoa Beach or Merritt Island. No, it was down in the Atlantic. And I wasn't there long, and where did I go then? Oh yeah, I went up to Canada. That was a big mistake. Yeah. That was yeah. So yeah, she portrayed herself as something she wasn't, and I got up there and it's like, okay, I just spent what I had to get up here. Now I'm stuck here, and it took me a long time to get unstuck from that. and then the Canadian took Togo, my parrot. They seized him at the border for not having a United Nations CITES permit to export and import my parrot. And he was on the news, and CNN said they did a story, they tell the animal stories together, They're trying to get the pandas interested in sex. So they did the story on Togo, my parrot, being seized by customs. And then they did the story on the pandas. And at the end of the panda story, because they said they were showing the pandas panda porn to get them interested in sex. And do you think they've been making Togo watch the panda porn too? So, they accuse the Canadians of showing my parrot panda porn. Speaking of porn, yeah, Frankenpenis was a big hit there on the Gypsy's Kiss. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. But, any jokes cracks I make are not really intended for it. They're intended for them, Like next time, maybe they ought to get Stormy Daniels in there, She's on their side of the fence. Yeah. Yeah, Stormy Daniels on their side of the fence. It's right up their out. You know, he's having that box lunch at the Y, slopping that tongue all over. Yeah, Stormy might even let him, you know, do an interview and demonstrate his technique. You know, and then she can give us a real rating of how he is. You know, because she's a professional. She knows when it's being done right, and I bet he'd be sloppy as yeah. Keep picking on me. Yeah, keep putting down my solve and calling me an idiot. Yeah, I'll keep calling them a. I'll keep calling you. That's the truth of the matter. You know, he needs to, you know, prove that he's the champion pussy licker, and you know, do Stormy Daniels. You know. Yeah, they made Togo watch panda porn up there in Canada. He's posted. Dicky Doo problem? Toby might have a Dicky Doo problem. His belly sticks out more than his Dicky Doo. I think he's got little hands too. Somebody mentioned mine. Here we go. Where's the zero? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros down here. There we go. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's a good size hand. And you got a scale to go with, you know. When I got to Planet Hollywood and stuff, and Schwarzenegger, mine says Schwarzenegger got a big. His hand's just a little bit bigger than mine. But then he's a Schwarzenegger. I have some Austrian blood. My great grandparents were Austrian, so that makes my grandmother was Austrian basically, because both her parents came from Austria. So she was. So I'm a quarter Austrian. Yeah, I think I'll write Stormy Daniels and tell her that Toby wants to interview her and wants to do a film with her. We call it the Gong Show. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's an hour and a half. Fenn made the sandbox huge. Why can't everyone? Yeah, well, you know, I'm being excluded, and I'm including them. Since I'm excluded, I'm including them. You know. Jack's out. That side of the RV. Come on in, Jack. The little tiny weeds out here. He gets that cable wrapped around him and it hooks him, and he can't. He just doesn't want to pull hard on it to get loose. But I think that's enough for today. That's about an hour and a half, and I'll leave it with the little thing at my little cartoon I made. I'll leave that for the end screen. Because it was the beginning screen. All right, have a good day. Hey, let Jack in.